A big game this weekend against Worcester Warriors. Safe to say we'll have to perform a lot better than we get against Doncaster to get anything out of the game.
Yeah, true. Well done. Worcester are obviously a quality team and narrowly lost to Jersey, but hadn't lost before that until the first day of the season. So top of the table, potential playoff candidates. But our performance against Doncaster was below par. At home we've been really good all year, only losing to Bristol and Worcester. So for Doncaster to get a draw, and they might even been frustrated with the draw, but looking at the performance, it wasn't our best.
I spoke to Mike after the game, and we were talking about the fact that we seem to be starting games awfully slowly at the moment and playing catch up, which isn't ideal. Is that something that, as a group, we've talked about this week? Yeah,
it's been something mentioned before, but certainly this week. So we're looking to address that going to Worcester and away from home. Clearly, when we played Worcester at home, I think we were 12-0 down within about 6 minutes of the game. So that was talked about as well, that we can't afford to start that slowly against Worcester. So hopefully we can come out the blocks on Saturday, ready to go up at match speed.
What do you expect from Worcester as a side?
A reaction to their loss in Jersey, for sure. Knowing Dean Ryan relatively well, I don't think he would have thought that's an acceptable performance to lose on the road. So the squad, I'm sure, will have had some harsh words, and they will be ready to put that right at home, where they've been very, very good all year long. And just so happens we're going to be the opponent, so we might catch the backlash of that. But I don't think they fronted up perhaps as well as they should have against Jersey, so we expect probably a very physical encounter.
And talk about a backlash, but does it give you any confidence at all in terms of, we went to Jersey and won, but they went there and slipped up? Can you look at it that way? You can do. You'd like to think that would, if that goes to form, that puts us in a good spot for the game. But this league and consistency. There's been some shock wins with Cornish Pirates beating Bristol. That doesn't mean everyone's got the right to beat Bristol. Sometimes teams put in outstanding performances, as we have at home, and Cornish against Bristol, that was one of them, and Jersey clearly it's probably their performance of the season to beat Worcester. So they were teetering on the edge, Jersey, when we played them, of pulling a big game out. Unfortunately, we were on the right end of that result. But no, look, every team at home has far better form than away. So look, Worcester slipped up away from home, but they're in front of their home fans on Saturday, and I'm sure they'll be ready. It's a great setup up at Six Ways. Can the players maybe thrive in what should be a good atmosphere?
Definitely. We're lucky. We've been to Bristol with a big crowd, and Worcester again should have a big crowd there on Saturday, and it's a great setup. Pitch is in good nick, and it's a great stadium to play in. I've played there many times myself. And so looking forward to going back there. They're a club with a great ambition, and it's just a privilege to go to places where the facilities are so good, and hopefully our players, I'm pretty sure they'll be bang up for it as well.
Let's talk team news. First of all, Neil Best is back in the starting lineup, first time since early January against his former club. You'll be hoping for a big game from him.
Well, that's it, against his former club. He was out injured, unfortunately, for a while, and he's been getting himself back fit and looking really good in training. So I think having his experience coming back into the team alongside Mark Bright in the back row is going to be crucial for us. And with the added incentive for him, but playing against his old team, look forward to seeing how he goes.
Mike Donegan, it's his first start since September. He picked up a hamstring injury. He probably offers something different to the other guys in the midfield.
Yeah, hoping for a big game out of Mike, big physical guy. So hoping that he brings some impact in the midfield with some carrying. He's a big, strong, fast, dynamic guy, and he's had to bide his time since getting back from injury on the bench and putting some really good performances off the bench. So deserves a shot in the first team. It's tough on Matt Hawke, who's going to drop down to the bench, but Matt's done a great job for us over many weeks, and it's good to bring in some fresh legs and a new perspective on things, and hopefully Mike can deliver for us.
Fresh legs at 9 as well. Matt Heeks coming in, Jamie Steverson dropping to the bench this week.
Yeah, again, Heeksy has been brilliant for us, a real good professional. Grass every week, sits behind Jamie, and Jamie's played a lot of rugby, and Matt, when he's come on, he trains really hard all the time and shows great attitude, and he well deserved a start. And big challenge to go to Worcester and start, but he played against them in the last game down here and performed really well, so we thought it was a good chance for him to get back in the team and like you say, bring some fresh legs into it and flip it around and put Jamie on the bench for some impact.
Off the back of 2 man-of-the-match performances for England under-20s in their successful Six Nations campaign, James Chisholm returns to the squad. He's on the bench. What do you expect from him? He'll be full of confidence.
Well, that's just it. Got a lot of confidence. I saw him play for those England games on the telly, and he was great. You know, he offers something very different as a back rower. I think you know, he's got a great offloading game, great pace, and he gives us some versatility. He plays across the whole back row, so having him on the bench to cover that is really good. And I think he brings, like you say, that confidence and freshness coming from a different environment. Really tough on a couple of lads that missed out. It just shows the competition for places. You know, the likes of Chris Walker missing out on the match day squad completely, but he'll have an opportunity to get back in. But you know, James Chisholm is a top athlete, and when he played for us before he went away for the Six Nations, he did really well. So I thought it was a good opportunity to get him back in the mix, and hopefully he can stay with us for the rest of the year.
Our academy back, Calkins, he was involved in all 5 of Scotland's games in under-20s set up as well. They performed really well. They finished 3rd. Finished off with a great one against Ireland. He scored a cracking try against Italy. I don't know whether it was 60 metres or 80 metres. I think he was saying 80 metres. But great experience for him.
Yeah, he's come back actually, and he's been training brilliant all week. The same with, you know, James Chisholm coming out of the back of an international setup for 5 weeks, and he's full of confidence, and he's trained secretly. He's trained better this week than he has done all year, and clearly, you know, that experience with Scotland has benefited him greatly. He's come back, probably has better expectations, bigger expectations for himself, and he's looked really, really good. So really pleased for him. I saw again the game against England, and he performed admirably in a really good game and showed some really good touches, and so it's great to have him back with confidence too.
Good luck on Saturday.
Thank you.